Hey everyone, I'm Pion and welcome to Atlas Reactor. Atlas Reactor is a simultaneous turn-based tactical hero arena, and it's an open alpha right now. So usually you play this game 4v4 with all human players. However, for the sake of recording, I decided to jump into a bot game. So I'm playing with 3 allied bots against 4 enemy bots, and usually this means you have a 20-second timer. However, we have a 60-second timer now because we're playing against bots. What is this timer all about? Well, the game is simultaneous turn-based, so your turns are split in 2 phases. There's a preparation phase, or a decision phase, and a resolution phase. In the decision phase, we make decisions like which skills we want to use and where we want to move. Let's do that. Let's move over here behind cover, and you usually have, as I said, 20 seconds for this decision phase. However, when you play with bots, you have 60 seconds, which makes it a little easier to explain everything while recording. So that's a good thing for now. Let's log in, and now the resolution mode happens, where all characters use their skills and will move. The resolution phase is split into multiple phases as well, or it's called decision mode and resolution. Like, you have one turn, it's split into decision mode and resolution mode, and the resolution mode is split into 4 phases. The preparation phase, the dash phase, the blast phase, and the movement phase. So every skill is grouped, or belongs to one of those phases. You can see the little colored lines below the skills here. So usually attacks are in the blast phase, which is the 3rd one. So my regular whirling blade, for example, is a blast phase skill. So it will activate in the blast phase. So after all the preparation skills and all the dash skills happened. What would we want to do right now? We could go for the other Sanner, I guess. That's the same hero as I play, or they're called freelancers, not heroes. All the time call them heroes because I'm so used to that. But we could dash over there. That's probably not the worst idea ever. Yeah, let's do that. Dash. Let's dash over there. Actually, yeah, let's dash over there and use Retribution, which gives me a shield and hits everyone who is actually hitting me. So that's good as well. So as you can see, first thing happened, we had Retribution skills. So my hero used Retribution, the preparation skills. So my hero used the Retribution, and then all the dashing skills happened. That was what happened now. And now we have the blast phase where everyone attacked. Unfortunately, the other characters dashed as well, so they dodged my ability. However, my support was clever enough, or lucky enough, to put a black hole over my head, which actually resulted in a pretty good result for us, because the black hole pulls all enemies over your head, basically, and places them on the other side of you. And since I dashed too far because the other hero dashed away, or freelancer, I got the support and the damage dealer right next to my sword, which is a great thing. So let's hit them with the sword. And do we follow? Yeah, we follow the damage dealer. So you can use a skill, and then you can give a move order. You can just say move over there, or you can click on an enemy hero or freelancer. I'm always calling them heroes, goddammit. On every enemy freelancer, and tell your freelancer to follow him, which means, yeah, he will follow instead of just moving a straight path, which makes it a little easier to keep up with your opponents. So yeah, if you don't use a skill, you can move a little further than when you use a skill. And some skills are free, so you can use 1 non-free skill per turn. But you can see this skill has a free down here, and these 2 have as well. And this means I can use them additionally to the 1 non-free skill I use. This is a really good spot for me because I can hit 3 people with my sword attack, which is great because A, it deals a lot of damage, and B, it gives me energy. We'll talk about energy in a moment. So I hit these 3, and I probably continue following the damage dealer. Yeah, let's try that. That worked pretty well so far. Okay, let's lock this in and see what happens. So you see that you can see that all the skills in the blast phase seem to happen sequentially, but that's just the game just does that, like it displays them sequentially to avoid confusion. In reality, all the skills happen at the same time. Well, all the skills in the blast phase, or all the skills in the same phase, happen at the same time. So even if your opponent kills you with his attack, you will still activate your attack, even if it shows just attacks in the wrong order to that being possible. It's still gonna, like, your attack will still go off, because all the blast abilities will happen at the same time. It will just show them sequentially, so you don't get too confused and you can actually see what's happening. So we have the damage dealer almost dead. That's good. We can finish him off. We could use a skill, but probably just a sword hit should be fine. So let's hit him and then try to follow up the support. I hope we get him. There are multiple ways he could survive. So my damage is enough to finish him off. However, he could either use a dash to dodge my attack, because dashes happen before blast attacks happen, and all the attacks are in the blast phase usually. Or he could get healed by the support, for example, or shielded. So let's hope that's not happening. And let's actually use this catalyst here. I'm explaining those in a moment. So we have regular skills, which do stuff. Usually those generate energy. Energy is down here. You can have up to 100. When you have 100, you unlock your ultimate ability, which is super strong, and it uses up those 100 energy. Oh, he dashed away. God damn it. Too bad. Well, it was kind of to be expected, to be honest. So the ultimate is super strong. And then, in addition to your regular skills and the ultimate, you have catalysts, which are one-time use skills. However, they're not depending on your freelancer. So every freelancer can choose the same catalysts at the beginning of a match. There are multiple available, and you can choose your loadout, but they're not depending on your freelancer. So you can choose the same catalyst with all the different freelancers if you want to. So can we get the other guy? He's somewhere back there. We don't have the dash ready right now. I think we use our skill, our retribution skill, because it's quite likely that we get hit this turn. And then we just try to hit all of them again. That's great, because that will give me a lot of energy, because the Whirling Blade will give gain 8 energy per enemy hit. And will allow me to activate my ultimate fairly soon. And then we follow the support, because we hopefully can finish him off fairly soon. I'm not sure where the damage dealer went. We're 0-2 behind though, so this is not great. My team is getting wrecked right now. The bots are not bad in this game, if you put them on the highest difficulty, I have to say. But yeah, so my team got wrecked pretty badly, but I pull out pretty strong hits all the time. This should be a kill. Okay, cool, we got the support. The damage dealer is super low somewhere back there. I'm not sure, maybe I can get him with the dash next turn. Hopefully. There he is. Hi! Good to see you. So, wait. Can I deal 26 damage? I don't think I can. That's very unfortunate. I can hope that my ally is dealing some damage, but I cannot really be sure. His dash should be on cooldown, however. Oh, it actually shows. I never noticed. It shows if the skills are on cooldown. So his skills are not on cooldown for whatever reason. Probably has a very short cooldown. You can see it above his head. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use stand and fight, which will root him in place and makes it impossible for him to get away from me. And then we move over here behind cover and probably, or hopefully finish him off next turn. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, as I said, catalysts are one-time uses, so I cannot use this one anymore. But I can still use those two if I see fit. So, oh, we had 100 energy. I didn't even notice. We might want to use our ultimate next turn. Okay, he healed, probably with the catalyst, but he's pretty low. Well, actually, it's a she. But we probably can finish her off next turn anyway. Maybe I'm gonna use my ultimate. Probably not the worst idea ever. Let's see. The ultimate is pretty cool. Basically, you teleport somewhere on the map, and you and a nearby ally will gain a shield while you deal damage to all enemies hit. Since I'm pretty low, that's probably a good idea, because I can hit both of them and gain a shield. So that's a good idea, I think. So we could use this. This will reduce the cooldowns of all my abilities. This is not on cooldown, but having those to be ready soon might still be a good idea. I'm not sure if this is a super good choice, but let's do it anyway. My nose is... Why is my nose tickling every time I record a video? It's ridiculous. So, he dashed away again. God damn it. That's super annoying. That's super annoying. We're gonna hit her though. Well, we already did actually. And she's almost dead, so we might be able to... She's actually dead. That's good. So we just tied 2-2, but the enemy damage dealer is still running around. I'm not sure what the character is called, actually. I just referring to her as damage dealer. So what we can do now is actually pick up some health globes. Let's just sprint over here. Don't use any skill, actually, and pick up all the health globes. It's probably a good idea. Maybe let's move over here, so maybe we can attack the DD again next turn. So yeah, let's lock in. There we go. So I think it's quite obvious how this plays out in general. So this is the core gameplay. I think it's pretty cool. The core mechanics are a lot of fun. They work very well. They're implemented very well as well. The skills are fairly interesting. You see there are some rocket ricochet shots and stuff like that. My dash can bounce off walls as well. There are a bunch of knockbacks and AoE skills and other interesting things. Nice, that's exactly what I wanted. I still cannot finish him, but I would imagine this one of my allies will hit him as well. I just hope that's the case. I'm just gonna try to kill him. I'm gonna use my retribution to gain a shield, so I'm not gonna die this turn. And we follow him around just in case he's not going down. Still, let's see. That's my shield going up. He's not dashing. She is not dashing. She's doing stuff. That's actually my damage dealer. Never mind. Grey is the character name, by the way. I could have just looked them up above their head. There is a name tag. Usually there's a player name, obviously, but the bots are just called the same as the freelancers they play. So yeah. So we kill her. Great. Good. So that was actually too much damage. She got hit 3 times, and it would have been enough to have 2 attacks on her. They got a kill as well, so we're tied again. Which is not brilliant. I'm still alive though, so that's good. Can we use the dash to get anywhere? As you can see, the dash, as I said, ricochets off walls, which can do pretty cool things sometimes. But I don't seem to get a good dash right now. We might still... no, probably not a good idea to use it. Let's just sprint and pick up this health globe and move. I probably want to get in the middle of this party over here. There's some stuff on the ground. I'm not sure if... I think one of them is from my friend, one of them is still from the enemy. I'm not sure which one is which though. So I'm a little scared of running in there. So let's just jump over here for now. So we pick up the health globe, go over there and see what we do next turn. And see if we can win this. It's not looking good for my Grey right now. I hope she dashes away. No, actually 2 enemies next to her. That's a dead body. Doesn't seem like she's dashing away. That's not great. The bots taunt a lot for some reason. That's the ultimate. Okay. My Grey might be very dead. He hits the support. Grey down. That's not great. And we lost... oh no, we did... yeah, we no, we did not lose track of the support. There's the support. Let's try to finish off. Do I dash her or do I root her in place? I could root her in place. It's probably good because I don't think we can kill her this turn. So let's use this to root her in place and then follow up. And yeah, let's lock that in. So as I said, I like the gameplay quite a bit. However, I have to say it's way more fun to play this in a pre-made team where you communicate with people. That was a nice dash. Well done. That was cool. Yeah, it's way cooler if you can communicate with your allies because it's all about pulling off combos and combining your skills to be more efficient and predicting what your opponents are doing and countering that strategy and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool if you do that. However, it's fairly fun in solo queue when you solo queue as well. But I think that the solo queue experience could be improved. What do we do? I guess we just hit her. I mean, we hit her and follow her, or we go over here. We could hope that she dies this turn and follow this guy around. Maybe get a kill off of him, because we have to kill 2 people right now. We have to take some risks. So let's do that. So yeah, I think the solo queue experience could be improved by adding a good ping wheel or preset messages and stuff. Oh yeah, okay. She's down. Very good. She's actually super low as well. Oh no. Oh, he's almost dead though. Interesting. I'm gonna run into his acid, but he just healed a bit. So we got Aurora. That's good. She gets her skills up though. I'm super low again. Actually, if I die, we're screwed. Okay, he body blocked the shot, so I survived. That's good. He survived with 1 HP, really? Really? Oh, he might actually kill me. No! God damn it. Does he kill him as well? No, probably not. Oh, maybe he does. So we get an overtime because it's 5-5. Oh, I didn't explain the win condition, didn't I? So you have to either get 5 kills first, or the team with more kills after a certain amount of time, or a certain amount of turns, will win. So now we have 5-5 at the same turn, so we get an overtime. I'm down though, so I will respawn next turn, so I hope my team is doing well without me. We might get an easy kill on the Asana. Let's see, hopefully my Lockwood survives. Because the next kill decides the game, obviously. Except in the case where 2 kills happen at the same time again. So, yeah, I think the solo queue experience could be improved, as I said, by giving a ping wheel or a preset, like a good ping wheel, really well implemented ping wheel to have a good way to communicate, and also by improving the visibility of what your allies do. You can see that already. You see the shapes on the floor and you see their skills they're selected above their heads, but it's kind of hard to see with all the UI stuff in the way. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me at least to see exactly what my allies are doing, especially if I only have 20 seconds. Here in a board game where I have 60 seconds, it's a little easier to figure that stuff out, but can we get a dash? Yeah, but in a regular match when you only have 20 seconds, it's kind of hard to do, really. No, can we get this teleport? No. Oh god, that sucks. Okay, let's do this anyway. Use the shield. Actually, no, don't use the shield. That would be a waste.
You must not fall.
Is that the ultimate? No, that's not the ultimate. That's just a buff. She taunted for no reason. Yeah, it would have been really nice if I could have hit her in the process of dashing there. That was not possible. My Lockwood is not looking great. That was the wrong target. Well, they're focusing on Grey. I think it would have been better to go for Asana because she was lower. But now Grey is super low as well. We might be able to finish him off next turn. Oh, that's a black hole use. Okay, that's pretty good. And my Lockwood is kind of out of the way. Okay, I'm in a bad spot now, though. I cannot actually hit them. And I used my range skills as well. I think I'm going to teleport. So this is one of the catalysts. Shit, I cannot hit him with that either. God damn it, I can only get the Asana. I think we still might want to do that, though. I think I go here. Okay, so this is a short-range teleport and will root all adjacent enemies. So I'm gonna go here, root those 2, and use my retribution. And hopefully my allies can finish off the Grey without my Lockwood or anyone else dying. See if that works. Okay, he jumped over there. Might be a problem. Ah, god damn it! I hope for the drone to kill him, but it actually attacked the heroes, the princess over here, and that missed as well because of the dash over there. Lockwood is super low and missed his shot as well. Can we get the Grey, please? I think we get another overtime, potentially. Okay, can I dash out of here somehow? No, I can't. Oh, wait, I can use my ultimate. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Wait, actually. Wait, no, don't move. Ultimate, can I use it in a better way? This... Yeah, let's do that. No, actually... let's go here so the Lockwood gets a shield. So yeah, that might be a good idea. So Lockwood should get a shield now, so he hopefully doesn't die this turn. And I think this should deal damage to the enemy support. And hopefully, not support, the Grey, which is hiding in that brush thingy there. Did I explain those things? They make you invisible. They're like brushes in the MOBA. There we go. Grey down.
Enjoy your new cell.
Let's hope they don't get a kill this turn. So yeah, you're invisible as long as you are in these things and you are not attacking. That actually hit my position, so that's perfect for us. Looks good so far. That's the ultimate though. Didn't kill Lockwood, didn't heal Grey. I think we're good. There we go. That should be GG. Nice.
Victory.
And victory. Cool. Okay, so this is a GG boost. I will explain those in a moment. Let's just activate it for now. It's basically XP and ISO boost, but there's a little bit more to talk about that. So At the end of a match, you get some stats. You gain XP for your hero, you gain XP for your account, and you, if you level up, you gain some rewards and stuff like that. And you gain ISO as well, which is the free currency, because this is going to be a free-to-play game. So we gain more stuff. There we go. So I said this game is in open alpha right now, and that is correct. However, it will be in closed beta at April the 15th. So after April the 15th, you will not be able to play this if you don't have a beta key. And you get a beta key by either joining the waiting list or buying the Founders Pack for $10. Alternatively, obviously, you can wait for full release when the game will go free to play and play it for free then. However, if you want to try it out now, you should do it in the next few days because, as I said, you need a beta key at April 15th or later. So, since this will be a free-to-play game, well, let's talk about game modes first, and then we talk about meta progression and business model and stuff like that. So we have a practice mode. Well, actually, we have a tutorial. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it there. We have a tutorial. The tutorial is actually kind of fun because it's not like a regular match. It's like a single-player campaign, not a campaign thing, but a single-player level thing where you have to walk through multiple rooms and stuff like that and kill some enemies. It was a little slow-paced, but it was fairly well done. Explained mechanics by showing and using them instead of teaching you by telling you, so that was pretty good actually. I liked the tutorial. As I said, it could be sped up a little bit, but besides that's pretty good. So now we have practice mode. In practice, you just have like some target dummies you can hit to try out what your abilities are doing actually. So this is, yeah, basically a sandbox for figuring out what your abilities do and stuff like that. Then you have solo. This is what we just played. You can change the difficulty of the bots. You play with bots against bots, and you have a 60-second timer. Then you have cooperative, where you can change the ability of the bots again, where you play with 4 players against 4 bots, with a 20-second timer. However, if the game doesn't find enough real players, you will play with bots again, and it will be similar to solo. Or you will be like play with the one other player and 2 bots against 4 bots or something like that. And the main game mode right now, versus, where you play 4v4 against real people, and later there will be a custom match and a ranked match mode as well. So that's good. This is obviously the main mode. As I said, usually you have 20 seconds timer, which makes the game way faster than you just saw here. However, human matches tend to drag on a little longer because people are harder to kill than boss because they are usually a little bit more clever. However, a match usually tends to go for 10 to 15 minutes, which is a good time, I believe. What I would like to see, however, would be more game modes. Like right now, you only have the game mode where you respawn and you have to get 5 kills or have more kills than the enemy team after a certain amount of turns. It would be nice to have some other game modes, for example, like a 1 life game mode where you don't respawn and the team that has the last man standing wins. That would be cool. And maybe you could come up with some other good game modes. Anyway, let's talk about progression. So let's go to the store. So we have 2 currencies. We have ISO, which is the free currency you get for playing, and we have credits, which is the currency you will get for money. Not right now, because right now you cannot buy this because this is alpha. However, you will get a bunch of credits for just joining the alpha. They will obviously be removed. There will be resets and stuff like that. So this is just for testing right now, so you can buy some stuff and test the systems and stuff like that. So these are the two currencies. We don't know how much credits will cost because, as I said, this is not activated at all right now. We can't see how it costs. So what can we get? What can we buy? We can buy the freelancers. Right now there are 15 freelancers available. There will be more, obviously, and you can buy them for either credits or ISO. So for both currencies, so similar to League of Legends. If you click on a freelancer, you see a little profile here. You see your level with that hero or that freelancer, your personal level. You see your stats. You see a short description and the difficulty, and you see the stats of the character. These will not change. These stats, those stats will not change. They will always be the same. That's just the stats your character or this freelancer will have in game for every game. You cannot upgrade them or anything. They will always be the same. So leveling up is just like, it doesn't really level up the character in a traditional sense. It's more like how much did you play this character. It shows your experience with it basically. So skins. You can buy skins. Right now there's 1 skin for every freelancer. And they changed the look of the characters quite heavily usually. Not like in ridiculous ways, but they changed quite a bit. And additionally to the skins, there are styles, which are basically recolors. And however, you cannot, like, skins are paid with credits as usually in most free-to-play games. However, styles are not. Styles are unlocked with character level. Well, most of them. This one is an exception. This one is a reward for one of the big pre-order packs you can buy on the website. I think the Trust pack is the one that costs $100, if I remember correctly. And you gain a bunch of you gain a few styles in there. But most of the styles are just unlocked by leveling up the character. So if we get the character to level 10, we get all the styles for all the skins, actually. So buying a skin is actually buying you multiple versions of that skin if you level the character up. Also, we have abilities. So these abilities, as I said, we have 4 regular abilities and you have 1 ultimate abilities. The abilities can be in different phases, and they can be free or not free. But they're always the same for your hero, except that they aren't, because you can mod them. So there are mods. For every ability, there are multiple mods available, and you can choose one. Overall, you have 10 mod points, and every mod you choose costs a certain amount of points. You have 1 mod available for free for every ability from the start up, and those all cost 2 mod points. And since you have 5 skills times 2, you have exactly 10 mod points. You can swap them out, however. You can unlock more mods by buying mod tokens for ISOs, which is the free currency, and get those mods and then you swap them out. So instead of taking Swordmaster, which increased the damage by 3 for each enemy hit on my Whirling Blade, I could put in the Leech Blade, which will actually restore health to me instead of dealing extra damage, or I could put in the Dancing Blade mod, which will increase my energy gain so I can use my ultimate earlier. And the same goes for other skills. There are mods for every skill, and you can unlock them with mod tokens and mod your skills. This system, it looks cool on first glance, but I'm not super fond of it, to be honest. So it looks cool because you can customize your skills and you customize your playstyle a little bit, so that's nice. However, I think it makes the game less predictable on a high level of gameplay. I might be talking out of my ass here, warning, because I actually didn't play the game super much yet, so I don't know what high level of game actually looks like. But I imagine that it's a lot about making interesting decisions by predicting what your opponent is doing. If your opponent is completely unpredictable because there are too many variables, you cannot make interesting decisions anymore because there are just way too many options, so you will just resort to your safe default move, and not make like a risky play probably, because there are too many possibilities. And those mods, like, I'm not even sure if you can see them at all, but if you can see them, there's no easy and obvious way to see them quickly. And as I said, you only have 20 seconds to make your decisions, so you don't have much time to go into some stat menu and hover over some skills to see the mods or something like that. So they would have to be really prominent, and at the same time, and still then there are a lot of them, so it would be hard to keep all of them in mind, and that makes the game makes the players way, like, in a bad way, unpredictable, in my opinion. Because some unpredictability is obviously good, because if you know exactly what your opponent will do, then you will have a very easy decision and a very boring decision, usually, what you will do as a counter. But if you have too many possibilities, then, as I said, you will have no interesting decision either, because you will just resort to your default move. So having the right balance is good, and I think those mods are not a good thing in this whole formula, basically. I don't think it's terrible. They will probably not completely like make the game unplayable or anything along those lines, but I feel like they're a little unnecessary when it comes to that. However, at the other side, they give you customization, which is always a cool thing as well. So I just would have liked, I would like to see a different way of customizing you, which is more obvious. Like, maybe, I don't know, changing the weapon, which changes your base skill or something like that. Like swaps it out for a different base skill or something along those lines. Maybe that would be a little bit too crazy, because that would actually change your freelancer completely. But I don't know, something that is more obvious and more predictable, and not like super many small changes you can do to all your skills and fill around in, which is really hard to keep track for your opponent. Anyway, I'm getting stuck at this topic a little bit too much, so let's move on. Taunts. Taunts can be paid with real money, except for one. You unlock one by just leveling up the character, and you unlock all the others by buying them with credits. Weirdly enough, you cannot actually preview them. I cannot see them here. I expect this will be implemented later, because it would be really silly to not have a preview for the taunts here. But yeah, I think having taunts being a buyable thing is a good way of monetizing your free-to-play games, so I applaud that. And there's one more thing you can buy, and that's GG boosts. So this is an iZone XP boost, as you have in other games as well, but it's combined into one. And there's one interesting thing: it's not automatically activated. You have to activate it manually during or at the end of the match. Basically, it says, "Hey, this was a good game, GG," and it will give you a bonus, but it will give all the other players in the match a bonus as well. This is the GG aspect of it. Basically, you say, "Hey, great match! You have some free XP and ISO points." You will gain more. Like, I think you gain 50%, and all the other players gain 25 or something along those lines. However, when 4 players or even 8 players activate a boost in the same match, there will be an extra reward, and even more ISOs and an XP will go to the players. And this sounds pretty good at first glance, because it's basically the paid players, like the paying players, will generate more ISO and XP for the free players, which is cool because this makes the game more enjoyable for the free players, while the paid players will pay for the game anyway. So yeah, sounds like a good system. However, at the same time, this is a psychological trick, and I'm pretty sure this is the intent of the whole system as well, because this will make you, or the goal of this is to get you to the point where you talk to your friends and you're like, "Hey, can you buy GG boost, please? Because I want more ISO and XP." And if our whole team gets a boost, we get even more ISO and XP because of the 4 players activating boost at the same time mechanic. So I think this is a little, I don't like it. It's a little cheesy by Trion Games, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, don't make me tell my friends what to do. That's not cool. But yeah, okay. It's not, as I said, it's not the end of the world. Overall, the business model, it's hard to judge, to be honest, because we don't have all the variables yet. The game is in open alpha. This will change a lot, probably. We don't know what credits cost right now. They actually announced that in the beta there will be more, like an additional meta progression game, which will be tied into the whole business model as well. So all of this will probably change. The system right now has the potential to be fair. Like, it's not unfair by design. You cannot buy power, for example. You can just buy choice. You can speed up your progression. So the more fair ways of doing free-to-play. But, like, there's always this thing. There are multiple ways of doing free-to-play business or monetization. There's the always fair way of just monetizing cosmetics. Then this has one downside as well, though, because you actually having cosmetics is a good way of rewarding people for their their playtime as well. I will talk about that in a moment, though. So the super fair way is monetizing cosmetics. We have this here. That's okay. The super always unfair way is to have, well, there are actually 2 ways of doing that. Either you have things like you buy power, either things you can only buy with credits, with real money or the real money currency, or things that are, in general, things that actually make you stronger. Even if you can buy them with the free currency, it still tends to be pay to win most of the time, because it's quicker to buy them with the real money. And then there's the middle ground, where you buy choice, usually, or you speed up your progression. Because this can be fair, and it can be unfair, depending on the implementation, and depending on the stats. How long does it take to get the stuff for free? How important is choice? And can I unlock all the stuff in a reasonable time? And all those questions cannot be answered right now, obviously, because, as I said, the system is not final. And we have to look at that again when the game actually releases. So, yeah, the system is not flawed by design, but it could still end up being unfair. But it could be a fair business model as well. We're gonna see, I guess. There's one thing I find a little strange, because I find it a little strange that styles are actually not payable. Like, I cannot buy styles. That's actually weird, because usually, as I said, monetizing cosmetics is the way of, like, it's the fair way of doing business in a free-to-play game. And even in paid games these days, like, a lot of $60 titles have cosmetic DLCs or microtransactions in them, and people are not upset about it because it's just cosmetics. So usually you want to monetize all the cosmetics you have, because in a free-to-play game, because you have to use all the you have to monetize as much as possible to keep your game making money, basically. And so using all the fair ways of doing this is obviously usually a good choice. There's one thing you want, as I mentioned quickly a few minutes ago, you want to reward people for their play time. So if they unlock or if they reach certain levels or elo ranks, so they get something they can show off and showing, hey, see, I played this character for a long time, I got him to level 10, now I have this skin, for example, this style, or something else, or I'm a super high rank elo player, and therefore I have something to show off. So you want that in the game. So this would be a good reasoning to have those styles not being paid for. However, they have a system like that already in the game, and that's the banner system we'll talk about in a moment. So I find it weird and very generous to not having to pay for these styles and have them unlock by just playing. Obviously, as a player, I find this a cool thing, but I find it weird from a business standpoint. But I'm not the guy who is putting resources into this game. I'm not. I'm not Trion Games, which is the developer of the game. So I guess they know what they're doing. And well, I think it's generous. So thanks, I guess. Please don't change it now that I said it. So yeah, there's that. Okay, let's actually talk about the banner system. So if we go to our profile, we go to banner. This is basically your avatar, and it consists of an emblem, a background, and a title. And you unlock all of those things by either leveling up your account, leveling up your hero, or one of the heroes, freelancers, or reaching a certain elo in matchmaking. So you get these banners for reaching elo 2000, for example, account level 30, then you have level 7 Titus, then you have emblems like account level 16, elo 2000, level 9 Asana, stuff like that. And then you have titles, which are gained by getting a freelancer to level 10 or your account to level 30. So this is a good way, I think, to give people this feeling of progression and the way to, or like the possibility to show off to others what they achieved so far. Let's actually use that. Nice little smiley. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good way of doing that. Let's take a look at the profile. Nothing crazy here. You get some basic stats. You see all the freelancers you unlock. I didn't unlock any yet. Oh yeah, I didn't mention you have a free rotation, which right now changes every day because open alpha. But later this will probably be like it changes every week or so. So I only played with the free freelancers so far. I didn't unlock any of them yet. Genau. Genau is a German word. Sorry for just swapping the language really quickly. All right, so you have a recent match overview here, then as I said, the banner and some stats coming soon, whatever this will be. Then you have daily contracts, which is basically daily quests you do, like win 3 matches or play a cooperative match or stuff like that, which will gain you a decent amount of ISOs. And then there's the patron program. This will give you a boost, like a patron bonus for ISO and XP. And also unlocks an extra slot for daily contracts. I'm not sure what this is. This is not implemented yet. I imagine this is some sort of subscription mode. Or, yeah, where you can subscribe and pay a monthly fee and you gain some rewards. I expect it to be something like that. I hope this will not create like a 2-class community. But we have to wait for the implementation to judge it, obviously. Then there is a friend bonus as well. If you play with friends, you gain more XP. Which makes sense to incentivize this because, as I said earlier, like playing this with friends in voice chat is actually preferable. Oh yeah, there's one thing I forgot. Let's jump back really quickly to the topic about improving solo queue experience. I'm not 100% sure yet if it's a really good idea, but I think what I'd like to see would be actually team voice chat implemented into the game. So when I join in a solo queue game, I got thrown in a team, I can actually talk to them. This is good because it improves communication. However, there's always the big risk and the downside that in-game voice chat is usually awful because people are dickheads. So that's always to keep in mind, but I still would like to see voice communication because I think communication is really, really important in this game and would improve the solo queue experience quite a bit. Obviously, give people the option to mute certain players or mute the whole voice chat if they don't want to hear it at all, because that's a sensible thing to do. But it would still be nice to have the option, I believe. But So, to wrap it up, let's take a look at the option menu. The option menu has a weird bug. All those texts are misaligned. You can see this works. This is slightly misaligned. This is more misaligned. And now it gets crazy. Like, lock cursor is here and the options are here. And right-click targeting is here and the buttons are down here. I'm not sure what happened there. The option menu is bare minimum right now. We have 3 graphical presets. We have full screen and window mode, no borderless window mode. You have resolution options. You have a weird way of doing sound sliders, master volume and music volume. Like, usually you have either music and effect, and then an additional master volume slider, or without a master volume slider. But this time we have master and then music volume. What I would like to see is actually voice volume, because the characters talk quite a bit, and it would be nice to adjust that. But yeah, then you can change the cursor lock, which is about window mode, if the mouse will be locked in the window. And you can turn off the freelancer chatter, and you can change how the targeting of skills works. So there's that, and I think that wraps it up. So yeah, it's called Atlas Reactor. It's an open alpha right now. Link is, as always, in the description below. The biggest technical downside to this is probably you have to download the Glyph launcher, which is basically Trion Games version of Steam or Uplay, which is a little bit annoying. But if you're like willing to use that thing, then you can check out this game for free right now until April the 15th, when the game will go into closed beta. And you will need a beta key, or you wait for release, obviously, when it will be free to play. And yeah, I really like the gameplay. I hope this game will become great. It's a lot of fun to me so far, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching. Have fun, and see you next time.